And for our mindfulness meditation, as always, let me invite you just to be still. Allow your body just to be still in a nice, comfortable position, any position of your choice, and let your body breathe. With your eyes closed and your mind awake, allow the breath to fall all by itself with your lips together, breathing in and out through your nose and from your stomach area. And as you relax, as your relaxation instinct takes over the functioning of all three aspects of yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, and your physical body, you are now the witness, enjoying the journey of deep relaxation taking place all by itself as you just surrender and relax into the process and allow it to take you into a very deep state of well-being, harmony, peace, and tranquility. And as this lovely natural process takes place all by itself, in this mindfulness meditation, we're going to explore and experience communicating with the higher self, your wise mind, your wise inner voice. And we're going to ask it to give us the answer to an important question. So first of all, let me invite you to bring to mind a real life issue that's current, a question, a problem that you may have in real time in your life right now, something that you're trying to solve, something you're trying to work through, something you'd like advice and guidance with. And in this meditation, we're going to consult ourselves. We're going to consult our wise inner voice. We're going to consult our spontaneous self. And we're going to consult our considered self. Freud used the term child, ego, and superego. We're going to talk about the spontaneous self, the child self, the wise self, the higher self, the superego, and the considered self. That's the part of you that takes a little bit of time to consider, to weigh things up and decide what to do. Your higher self or wise self also considers very carefully what to do. But unlike your considered self, your higher self or wise self takes as much time as is necessary, considers as many options as is necessary until it feels that it's recognized the highest possible answer, the best possible answer, the best possible way forward. Not just a good one, not a spontaneous one, not a knee-jerk reaction piece of advice, but a deeply considered piece of advice. Okay, so first of all, bring to mind the question, the issue, the problem that you would like to resolve, that you'd like help and guidance with. Now, let me invite you to formulate a question. Ask for some advice. Ask for some help. Ask for the best way forward. Ask yourself all three parts: wise self, considered self, spontaneous self. And first of all, let me ask you, what's your knee-jerk, spontaneous answer? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of a resolution or a positive way forward or the best way forward in terms of a solution? Let me give you an example. So, if somebody was to offend me, my knee-jerk reaction might be to offend them back. My considered reaction might be to ignore them. My higher or wise self might advise me to be compassionate, over kind, extra kind towards that person, and show them even more love. That would be an example of the three inner voices: the spontaneous, the knee-jerk one, the considered, and then the wise voice. When somebody is disrespectful to us, or when life delivers us hardship or challenge, sometimes we can respond maybe with anger or frustration. I mean, we may wish to lash out verbally, possibly even physically. This is often, if not always, the spontaneous, the knee-jerk reaction that we have, and rarely produces positive results, although sometimes it can. The considered self may consider revenge and plan out a plan of revenge that is really quite considered. Again, often doesn't work out very well, especially in terms of creating solutions. The wise self takes time to consider and comes up with often, if not always, the best solution. Let me invite you to think about your three inner voices: your spontaneous voice, your considered, and your wise voice. Notice the difference between the three answers. The difference is usually quite marked, quite obvious, quite considerable. So as you consult your three inner voices, allow me now to invite you to focus very specifically upon your higher voice, your wise inner voice. What does your wisdom tell you is the best way forward? As you ask yourself this question, the answer will come to you within the medium of your five inner senses. You may see the answer as a series of images, maybe like a video film in your mind, on your mind's eye, or on the screen of your mind. You may hear it as your inner voice speaking to you, maybe both. It may even come in the form of a fragrance, a taste, or even a texture, a feeling. It might be an emotional feeling or a physical feeling, probably both. Just notice your five inner senses being used by your wise self to communicate with you, to advise you, to guide you, to inform you of the best way forward. Give yourself time for this to evolve and grow. Okay. You've now done your best, and your best is always good enough, to consult your three inner voices. You've consulted your wise inner voice, and you've listened to the answer. The next step, as obvious as it seems, is to do your best to act upon that answer, to act it out, to convert the wise information into the necessary actions that manifest the wisdom. So the purpose of wisdom is to manifest health and happiness. This is why we have wisdom. This is why we have a wise inner voice. And as you follow the guidance of your wise inner voice, you will discover that health and happiness flourishes in your life, not just inside your physical body, but in your outside life as well, in your business affairs, financial affairs, relationships. So let me invite you now, as the final part of this meditation, to use your mind's eye to see yourself carrying out the wisdom of your higher self, actually acting upon the information that you've received from your wise voice. I'll be quiet and give you time and space to experience yourself acting upon your wise inner voice. Okay. You've engaged in the pursuit of wisdom. You've consulted your higher self, your wise inner voice. This in itself is an act of great wisdom. The act of consulting your higher self is an act of wisdom in itself. So you are already following your wise inner voice. And as we arrive very gently at the end of our mindfulness meditation, let me invite you to notice the light coming in through your eyelids, the feeling of your body weight resting, and the solid ground underneath your feet. And when you're ready, simply open your eyes and notice how good you feel.